Dragon Ball Masters community, welcome back to another video here with Kyle Chris, and today I'm going to be doing some Masters content for you guys, and this is going to be kind of a shorter video, maybe, we'll see. I end up talking a lot in these videos. I wanted to do a video, let me kind of adjust my levels here a little bit. We officially got the reveal for the pre-release leader, Xeno, which is, it's a new black leader. This is not a leader that's coming out in the set. I believe the set, there's no actual leaders in the set, so this leader and probably a bunch of other leaders will get some support. But what's cool about this leader, we've never had a Xeno leader, but this leader could be one of the best black decks that we have in the game. If not the best black deck in the game. It's very close, honestly. It's really probably, I would say it's going to be based on just kind of your opinion, but it's going to be in the trifecta of best decks. So what I wanted to do in this video, I wanted to go over the cards and then go over like a small deck profile. And I do actually have the promos, so I could actually show you guys a... I guess by the time you end the video, I'll see if I can do it, depending on what time we're at. But I can do sort of like a play line video, or like at least kind of walking you guys through at least kind of like the early stages of the of the deck. I've watched the deck being played already. It's been played quite a bit in some of the lookout locals, doing some test hands and stuff myself, and just going through how the cards function. And I definitely think there's some different variations of this deck that can do very well. So with that being said, let's get here into the deck and the cards that are going to be in this deck here. So Xeno again. This leader it's really cool. It's a really cool leader. So when you use a black card in a combo, you draw a card, and then add up to one card from your life to your hand. So this has self-awakening capabilities, but you also can draw on your opponent's turn, which is always good. Awaken is a burst 3. The burst 3, which is the first time I think we've had a burst awakening. 5 life or less. You draw 2 cards. So as you can tell, we're filtering through our deck very quickly, very quickly. On this side we have Pan, Journey Through Time. Same effect, a very similar effect. When you use a black card in the combo, draw 1, then place up to 1 black battle card from your warp to your drop. So you get a little bit of drop recursion there as well. Second effect, activate main. Choose up to 1 black Z battle card, switch it to active mode. Then place up to 2 black battle cards from your warp into your drop. So again, more drop area recursion. So between the leader effect itself, you're putting 3 cards from the awakened side in the drop, and then you can put up to 3 cards on this side from the warp to the drop. So you have some very interesting ways of kind of reoccurring and constantly getting your overwhelms off. But again, being able to draw on both sides is very good. And now you can restand black as a battle card, which is really cool. So there's obviously there's the ones you have now, like the Goku and the Boo, but there's also this new guy, which I know a lot of people are up in arms about this card, but this card's really good for black. There's a lot of counterplay to this card, so I don't think it's something that needs to be looked at and like complain about why Bandai's printing, very over the power cards, where this card has a counter in every color. So Super Saiyan 4 Sun Gohan, Journey Through Time. Deflect, Double Strike Barrier, 15k. If your leader is black, when this card is played, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, energy cost greater than their current energy, ignoring barrier, send it to the warp. That's pretty good. This card attacks. For every Z energy cost of Z cards in your leader area, battle area, or unison area, this card gets 5k for the battle. So this includes himself. Right, so he when he attacks, he's a base 25k double strike. And then you have the ability of restanding him, which is really cool. So you can, if you have a Z leader out with like a cost of 2, plus him, that's an extra 20. That's an extra 20k combo, or power basically. So he's a 35k, right? So you can really do some crazy things with this card. The fact that again you can make him dual attack, I think it's just bonkers how good this card is. This is gonna be a very good card. Now this is again, these are both pre-release cards. So you're not getting these in the set. You're going to have to go to your locals if there's any of those left, or buy them online like the rest of us have to. But this card is going to be very, very good for Pan. And this also can just be good for other black leaders as well. I mean, it's generic, so it can be used in any deck. It doesn't have to just be used in Pan Xeno. Now we have 3 promos that are currently available for you to buy or win. So we have Super Saiyan Trunks, Journey Through Time. Your leader has to be a Pan Xeno card. So it's Overwhelm 4, or you can play it by activating main, bursting 2 when paying 1 black. If your opponent has 2 or more energy, you draw a card, play this card. So it's a 20k body that you can either establish on board for 1 energy, or you can overwhelm it out. If your leader's Pan Xeno, when this card is played, for every Z energy cost of Z cards in your battle or in the unison area, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it costs 6 or less and set into the owner's warp. So, this card has the ability to warp a ton of cards. If you play a Z unison that has 2 cost, and a Z extra that has a 1 cost, that's 3 cards there that you're warping for 1 energy or for free, right? That's really, really, really good. Now, this card here, I see this card being played in the mid-range version of Pan. There's going to be sort of an aggro version of Pan, and then sort of a more mid-rangey version. I don't think you play this card in the aggro version. I don't think so. I think you might at least put it in the deck, maybe it's like a 2 of, mainly just for the overwhelm. But there's better options if you're playing that route, because this card is more so going to be for, because like if you're spending an energy on this, you're not spending an energy for your Gohan Z battle card, and so some people think that's the only way to play the deck. So that's going to be, again, more of the aggro version of this deck. This card is going to be more so for the kind of the mid-rangey control versions of the deck, but this card's really, really, really good. Then we have Super Saiyan Son Goku, Journey Through Time. This is, I think, the first card we have with Goku Xeno where he's wearing the jacket, if I'm not mistaken. I think maybe Saiyan Transcendence, which is an old ICR, or is it ICR? ISR, Iconic Saiyan Rare, yeah. There's a really, really cool looking card that I think has the jacket Goku. I think it's the only other card. This is a 25k counterattack, limit 1, negate the attack with this card. Permanent if your leader's Pan Xeno, and the total Z energy cost of all cards in your battle and unison area is 2 or more. Reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 4. So it's a 1-drop. And this is also if you have Z energy, the cost of Z cards. So again, you just have to have 2 or more. Burst 2, when this card is played, draw 1. Choose one of your Pan Xeno cards, and it gets 5k for the turn. So it's the battle card negate, draws you a card, and then also gives your leader 5k for the turn. That's, again, really, really solid. It's a Goku Xeno target, so you can use it for Vegito. Man, this card's really good. This card's really, really good. I really wish they would have made this just generic for Saiyan leaders, but whatever. That's one of my only gripes with Bandai with Black, is that sometimes we limit the power of these promos by not making them generic. Like the Supreme Kai promos, right? There's the Goten, there's the Trunks, there's the counter. All of those are specifically for Supreme Kai, and that deck is ass. If you would have allowed those to be just generically good, like Black could have been much better a long time ago. Small little rant there. The last card, Supreme Kai of Time Writing History. So this card here, I originally didn't understand the ruling, I'll be honest with you, just because it doesn't necessarily make sense. And then once you realize the rule and you read it, it makes more sense. This is a 1-drop 4k 0k combo. When the card's played, draw 1. It's also a blocker. Those are all pretty generic stats, right? Other than the 0 combo cost. Activate battle if your leader's Black and there's a Z card in your battle area. You use one of your battle cards with an Overwhelm skill in a combo. Play this card from your hand. So in my mind, what I read was, when you combo with a card with Overwhelm, and then I realized, okay, well, the card doesn't technically have a skill unless it's in play, so you have to overwhelm a card and then play it. I mean, combo it. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. So how this card functions, again, you fulfill the activate battle effect. you can combo with a battle card in your battle area with Overwhelm. It does not need to specify you physically have to do it because this card's going to do the combo for you. So that card can be in rest mode, which is great. So you can actually have a Overwhelm card in rest mode that you already swung with. Swing with something else, activate battle, play this card, draw a card, and then use that card in the combo. It's so powerful. And I think once people started realizing how strong this card actually was, the card got bought out. Like very quickly. All three of these promos got bought out almost like instantly. I think I'm so glad I didn't wait. I waited a few days after. I think it was Saturday. It was the day after the reveal. I waited to buy the cards. I could have bought them earlier and got them much cheaper, but I probably paid an extra like $15 for the full playset. But the cards themselves, man, like you start reading, you're like, oh wow, these are really, really good, and then they just got bought out. So we're gonna see a lot of pan. Now the interesting thing will be, and before I go into the deck profile portion of this, which I have a sample list for you guys. With Bandai, with our nationals being postponed due to the fires in California, it will be very interesting if Bandai decides to host our national event around the time where the new set comes out, because then there's also a chance that the new set's viable or playable, legal, which means pan's going to be legal. Obviously with the rest of the set as well, if pan's legal, that completely changes the format, and we'll talk about that if that ends up being the case. If not, we'll see this starting in March when we start seeing events, but I don't know if we're gonna get an event in January or February, and if we get one in March, they're probably gonna put it around the time of the new set. And if this leader is allowed, that changes everything. It changes everything, man. So, but let's go into a deck profile. I'm gonna give you guys kind of a breakdown, like a sample list, and just so you guys kind of know what you guys should be building. All right, guys. So this is a 59, 60 card list. This is very generic. I just kind of put just really good black cards in here. But again, this is just kind of how I would build a deck. This is probably pretty similar to how I would build a deck. I probably would change a few things, but this is going to be more of like a mid-range style of the deck. So we have 3 True Fighting Spirit, just because this card is really powerful, gives you another attack. If you want to be more aggressive, you can swing with this, take a life, swing with your leader, take a life, go down to 6, and they swing at you. They just swing at something. They can swing at the True Fighting Spirit for all you care. You can combo a card, take a life. Now you're at 5. Now you can awaken next turn, right? Like that's if you were really want to be aggressive. But this is also just good just to tax your opponent for using negates. We have 4 of the writing history. I think this card's too good not to play it 4 of. I was playing it as the 3 of, and I was kind of doing some testing, and I realized that this card is just too good. You have to play it a 4. It also is a blocker, which I think is important. Like being able to play this card out early, and even in like other decks, like something like Vegito, right? Like playing this out to help keep your your unison alive. There's some really interesting things that you can do with this. I have 2 Shin Noble Supremacy. I just picked another 1-drop battle card. This could be Toa Twisted Sister as well, which are both just really viable. But this is just to help with like if Shadow Dragons is a deck you're going to play against. This is really good against that. 3 of the Old Kai. This is from the starter deck with Vegex. So if you have 5 or less cards in hand, this card gets 5k combo power, so it's a 10k combo. If your leader is a black sand, when this card is placed in the drop area by a skill from your deck, you play it. So this allows you to play it off of your own burst, or if he gets milled. Which then also wise we include Time Agent Vegeta as well. Now you can also do Time Agent Trunks, and you can max out on these at 4 of, which is something I'm probably going to try to test, because that at least gives you the maximum amount of value, because you're bursting off of, after your leader, you're bursting off of at least 3 cards in your deck, which we're going to go over. So you have a pretty high chance of hitting these cards at some point. 4 combo attack. This is probably your best Overwhelm. Early. Draws a card itself, and then when it combos a card, if this is the first card you've comboed with, it's going to combo a black card. The card's going to draw you a card off your leader. So it's a 25k combo, or a 25k battle card that draws you 2 cards for free. Pretty good. Now obviously like it's not really free because it's basically what your leader swing would be, but you get what I'm saying. 4 of the counterplay. Of course, between this and the Goku negate, we can buff our leader to 25k on defense. Phenomenal. I'm running 4 Super Saiyan Vegeta super combo instead of the Goten, which is what I'm seeing a lot of people play. I like the cycle of I like the cycle ability, and I think when we get down to 4, we're fine. We use Vegeta, right? Cumber is probably the one I would love to play, but you do use the energy a lot, and you don't want to be reliant on not using your Z energy to play out stuff, to then not be able to use your super combos. So we have 3 cooler 4-drop coolers. This could be anything else. Realistically, you can run whatever here. But I just like this card because it does put more cards back into our drop. We can give a card 5k, and then also it just warps anything on play. So I think that's still pretty viable to play. 4 of the new Trunks, 4 of the new Goku, 3 Gohan Rare. It's a black card. You can combo it and draw the card off it, but also just good for... This is a really good mid-rangey card for like defense because you can just tap 1 and just warp something. 2 Tenacious for our Floodgate battle card. 3 Vegito because we play so many Goku and Vegetas. This card's going to come into play at some point. 1 Thording, kind of the same thing, just because we play Goku and Vegetas. 4 Beyond All Limits, which is going to be our big overrealm, while the combo attack's kind of our small overrealm. This allows us to pick up anything in our deck. Basically, anything that you see here other than the 1-drops and the super combos, we can pick up. Evil Saiyan, of course, because you do burst a lot. 2 Petrifications, 2 Super Kamehamehas, 3 Sport of the Dark Empires, just to kind of round out the deck there. I believe this is, again, 59 cards. So, but this is the deck idea. Again, I would, the video's kind of getting a little bit longer, so I won't do a playthrough. If you guys want to see some like playthrough, like lines of play of Pan, this is again going to be early on because we don't know if there's going to be any cards in the set that's going to support Pan, so that will obviously change this list as we kind of go. So, but let me know what you guys think of Pan. If you guys are really excited to play her, if you guys are not excited to play against her, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. As always, like and subscribe if you guys do enjoy the content. And again, we're going to be putting out more content now that we're waiting for Nationals. And then after Nationals, I've already kind of talked about doing other forms of content, not just Masters and not just Fusion World. Mainly going to be diving into playing a lot of Marvel Rivals. So you guys will see that on the channel as well. So thank you guys again for watching. Like and subscribe as always. And I will see you guys in the next video.